Welcome back to The Explainer. I'm so thrilled you're joining us today because, well, we've got a massive mystery to unravel. Have you ever found yourself just incredibly frustrated? You're putting in all the hard work, eating right, sweating it out, but the results are just completely ghosting you? Today, we're zeroing in on the missing link in that whole equation. We're going to explore exactly what happens when your eyes close at night. And trust me, the science we're about to cover, it's absolutely going to change how you look at your daily habits. Let's start with a scenario that's honestly incredibly common and, frankly, deeply frustrating. You're eating perfectly. You're tracking your meals, prioritizing whole foods, working out regularly. You're doing everything right. But then you step on the scale or look in the mirror and the weight absolutely will not budge. You hit this inexplicable plateau and you're just standing there wondering, what on earth am I doing wrong? Well, here's the unexpected answer. The hidden culprit? It isn't a lack of effort. It's your sleep. What happens the second your head hits the pillow is intimately connected to what happens on the scale. When you're tossing and turning all night or cutting your sleep short, listen to me. This is not a willpower problem. It's pure biology working against you, completely changing how your body processes food and stores energy. Okay, let's dive into this. Your body basically runs on this super delicate balance of hormones, right? And two of the biggest players in your hunger signals are ghrelin and leptin. Think of ghrelin as your body's gas pedal for hunger. It's the thing ringing the alarm bell, telling your brain, hey, we need to eat. Leptin, on the other hand, is the brakes. It's your I'm full, stop eating hormone. But when you don't get enough sleep, even for just a night or two, this whole system totally breaks down. Ghrelin shoots up, leptin drops down. So you wake up hungrier, your cravings are fierce, and your brain's stop eating signal is basically completely muted. Because that fullness signal is muted, research actually shows that sleep-deprived folks consume, on average, an extra 300 to 400 calories every single day. And the wildest part of this? They do it without even realizing it. Your internal compass is just spinning out of control, so you're essentially eating an entire invisible meal every day. You know those times you find yourself wandering into the kitchen at midnight, kind of zombie eating a handful of snacks? Yeah, that's your ghrelin talking. Again, you aren't lacking discipline. Your brain is literally being tricked by your exhausted biology into hunting for more energy. Now, we seriously need to talk about cortisol. You probably know cortisol as your primary stress hormone, but here's the kicker. It's also a highly potent fat storage hormone. When you get poor sleep, your body actually perceives that exhaustion as a severe threat. It's a massive stressor. And this is serious because it causes your cortisol levels to absolutely spike, throwing your entire system into a full-blown emergency response mode. And that high cortisol, it sends a very specific and, frankly, dangerous signal. It tells your body to hoard fat, especially around your belly. Now, belly fat isn't just about how your jeans fit. We're talking about visceral fat, which means it physically surrounds and squeezes your internal organs. It's quite literally the most dangerous type of fat you can carry. If you're chronically sleep deprived, your cortisol just stays elevated all the time. So you could be eating the healthiest diet on the planet, but your exhausted body is just locked in this constant fat storage node. Let's move to and see how this builds, because this hormonal chaos eventually just crashes your overall metabolism. When you're running on empty, your whole metabolic engine slows way down. Since your body is so exhausted, it actively burns fewer calories at rest. It shifts into survival mode, desperately trying to conserve whatever tiny bit of energy it has left just to keep you functioning through the day. It gets worse, though. A lack of sleep also triggers a pretty devastating cascade with your insulin. Insulin is the hormone that moves sugar out of your blood and into your cells to be used for energy. But when you aren't sleeping well, your cells get stubborn. They actually stop responding properly to the insulin. Because the sugar can't get into the cells where it belongs, your blood sugar just stays high. And what exactly does your body do with all that extra toxic sugar floating around? It packs it right away into your fat reserves. The numbers on this are wild. Research shows that just one single week of bad sleep can drop your insulin sensitivity by up to 25%. And this brilliantly illustrates just how fast this biological shift happens. Think about that for a second. A 25% drop in how your body handles energy happening in just a matter of days, simply because you missed out on proper rest. That is huge. Now, I know a lot of you watching are super dedicated to your fitness routines. So what does this all mean for your gym gains? Look, you might be lifting heavy, running miles, pushing yourself to the absolute limit out there. But the harsh truth is the time you spend sweating in the gym is really only half the battle. If you're ignoring what happens after the workout, you are actively sabotaging your own hard work. Here's the thing. Sleep is the exclusive window when your body actually repairs all the damage you did in the gym and builds new muscle. A massive piece of this puzzle is growth hormone, which is what helps you burn fat and build lean muscle mass. Now, growth hormone is released almost entirely during deep sleep. If you aren't getting deep, restorative sleep, you simply aren't getting that vital growth hormone release. You're basically skipping the single most important rep of your entire workout, the recovery rep. It's a direct equation, really. If you're cutting your sleep short, you're cutting your muscle recovery short. And here's why that matters so much for the big picture. Less muscle directly translates to a slower metabolism long term. Remember, muscle tissue burns more calories than fat tissue, even when you're sitting perfectly still on the couch. So skipping sleep doesn't just make you groggy today, it fundamentally messes with your body composition and slows down your metabolism for the long haul. So the crucial point is, we need to take back control. And the good news? You can start literally tonight. Here's your 3-step biological reset to support a healthy weight. Number 1, aim for 7 to 9 hours of restful sleep. Notice I said restful sleep, not just laying in bed wide awake scrolling on your phone. Number 2, keep a consistent schedule. Go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time. And yes, that absolutely includes the weekends. And number 3, protect your wind down time. Avoid screens and heavy meals for at least 1 full hour before you hit the pillow. I really want you to remember this quote and truly internalize it. Sleep isn't laziness. It's your body's most powerful recovery tool. You know, we live in a culture that totally glorifies exhaustion, right? We wear a lack of sleep like it's some sort of badge of honor. But we need a massive paradigm shift here. Sleep is an active, vital, biological necessity. You've got to treat it with the exact same respect and dedication as you do your diet and your workout routine, because it is the literal foundation that holds both of those things together. So I want to leave you with this provocative thought to ponder today. Are you treating sleep like your most important workout? Because biologically speaking, it really is. If this explainer opened your eyes to the hidden power of sleep, definitely share it with a friend, a gym buddy, or honestly anyone who might be struggling with a stubborn weight loss plateau of their own. Keep prioritizing your rest, and I will see you in our next explainer as we continue to break down the fascinating science behind your health.